Welcome to the Land of Work and Joy podcast. It's our latest episode with the gents. My name is Mr. K, my co-host Blessed, and Saint J.
1, 2.
How you doing?
Felaka. I'm all right.
No. You look good, man, with the bling bling, the Cuban links.
Bling, bling, show.
Apano. Treasure.
Aye. I'm for them. Let's represent
We know,
Saint J. Right?
I'm okay, how are you?
Oh, good, man.
Yes.
That's too polite. Agree.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
No. Always good to link up with you, gents.
Of course.
Otherwise, today we have a few things just to discuss. The first thing we're going to be discussing is the Zed Farmer. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So there's a situation happening with the Zed Farmer. For people who might not know who the Zed Farmer is, the Zed Farmer, real name, Maria Zalomis, is a Zambian farmer who is also a content creator on some level. She creates content about her farming activities and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
On the other side, she's also infamously known for being a serial bride. She's been married and divorced a number of times. And that caused quite the ruckus in Zambia. But that's a bit of a brief background on who we are talking about.
Yeah.
So, there's a situation that happened with her recently. She got arrested in relation with the death of a 22-year-old man, Enoch Simfukwe. Okay?
Yeah.
So the whole story kind of like... let me give a bit of some backstory to it. Let me read it from the actual article so that we can get a full view of what this thing is.
Yeah. That's important.
Okay. So the story is on Kalemba. And this story goes as says. The police finally plants Zed Farmer in cells over murder. Zambia's serial bride and farmer, Maria Zalumis, was last night forced to spend the night with her fellow females in custody after police harvested her from her farm and planted her behind bars following the death of 20-year-old Enoch Kasengere. Okay? The 40-year-old marriage enthusiast and lifetime subscriber of weddings now risks spending nights without a man and joining the free cabbage farming for the nation through Zambia Correctional Service if convicted. This is after days of netizens and journalists have been querying the police on why Zalumis had not been arrested the very day her 34-year-old Mario Nigerian husband Nathaniel Barthram and 3 other workers were arrested over the same case. Last Saturday, video footage emerged showing a man identified as Kasengede being severely beaten by Zalumis' 5th husband, Barthram, and 3 farm workers in Munyama at the female farmer's farm, with her voice being heard in the background. Kasengede was then detained by police, after which the 40-year-old overrated female celeb complained that the young man had been hired to pour poisonous chemicals on her. While in detention, Kasengede fell ill and was taken to Kabwe Central Hospital where he had died on Sunday. The young man's death sparked wide outrage, with netizens calling for the arrest of those linked in the video, including Zalomis. On Wednesday, Central Police Deputy Commander Officer Lemeki Chiro announced that Zed Farmer's young husband was arrested together with 3 farm workers. Chiro disclosed that a post-mortem was conducted on Kasengede and the results pointed to murder. He said the result of the post-mortem conducted by Dr. Pavlov Lemontov of Kabwe Central Hospital confirmed that Kasengede died from blunt force head injury, brain contusion, and brain edema. Okay? So that's kind of like briefly to give a picture of what happened. So this young man was, there's a video that was circulating where he was tied up and, he looked like he had been beaten. And you can hear the Zed Farmer's voice in the background. I think her husband was in the video. You could see that. And, a few other people.
Yeah.
So you could even hear the guy saying, "Oh, nimange food, nimange bueno." that type of thing. But he looked like he had been beaten. So that guy died afterwards,
Yeah.
as the thing says. So with that reading in this whole situation, so after the guy died, the guy who was beaten up, the Zed Farmer's husband, what's his name? This Nigerian Mario. Nathaniel, the Mario.
Nathaniel.
Plus, is it 3 other farm workers? Or is it 2
Like
other
Aleo.
farm workers were arrested? But Maria Zalomis was not. So people kind of reacted to that and said, but why hasn't she been arrested, you know? So which kind of brings about the question, like, why was the delay? You know, what do you think? What was the delay? Why did the police delay to get her, to pick her up as a suspect, given that she was also at the scene of the crime with the rest of the people that were picked up?
Like obviously it's police procedure for everybody. But they won't say like everybody. Like
Yeah,
she
she was
was the
around.
one that
She
was
was
taking the
among the
video.
group.
I'm not sure if she was the one who was taking the video, but you could hear her voice in the background.
Come, Baba Kutuma Mandan.
Yeah.
Say, who sent you?
But eventually, hey, there we go.
There we go. But there was a delay again, so people were not too happy about
And then
that.
that's the thing, like
You know, there are some theory, there are some assumptions, or some people are looking at it from a different perspective to say, Maria's mother is she's got a position in government, I think. She's Mrs. Zalumis, but I've forgotten what her position is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think she's a UPND member, and then she's also in the government with a certain position. So people kind of looked at this whole situation like she's getting favored in a certain way. Not everyone, but some people are looking at it like that. Say, why haven't you arrested her? Is it because of her mother who has got this position in
Links to
government and that type
that
of
makes
thing?
them look very bad.
Yeah,
That's
so
a murder.
that's also to add a bit more context to this whole situation. Yeah,
Ish,
so that's what people are assuming. I don't know how true that is.
I guess maybe the police were waiting for the right time and at the right place, of course. Because if the other 3 were picked then
Yes.
I guess maybe it was them that were doing the beatings.
Aye.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's an assumption
that's
because
just an assumption.
she could have also beaten the guy.
Yeah.
You see that? It's just that we were not privy to the beating, but we just saw the video where they've tied up this guy and whatnot. So, like, from the way I look at it, it's like somebody died whilst they were in the presence of these individuals.
Yes.
So I think everyone there is a prime suspect.
Yes. And everyone should be called at the same, like,
Yeah, because that's
when the
more
time is right.
justice. Like, that's...
Yeah, like even if it's one person who hit him and he died, we still have to uncover who that is. Unless the other 3 or whoever say, oh, it's this person. But even then, you know, there's always that they'll protect themselves. Maybe 3 people could have killed him and decide, oh, we'll pin it on him. Because maybe he's got a reputation of being in the cells and that type of thing. So they still need to pick up everyone and conduct an investigation because all those are prime suspects. Once they pick them up and they establish the facts, say, oh, okay, if you're taken, then maybe I think you know. But I think that delay does not show. It didn't. You know, you can see from people's reactions, like it didn't sit well with a lot of people. It doesn't look too good. Because why are you delaying to pick up this person when she was part of this thing, you know? And that's generally the sentiment from most people. For me, what I find more surprising with this whole situation is the fact that people said, no, this guy should be picked up because it's not wrong. It's the correct thing to do, but I'm looking at it from more of a Zambian context. Because I'm looking at situations like this. You know, in situations like this from Zambia, a lot of people have died through just like, you know, people taking the law into their hands and mob justice. But you never hear people like go up and say, no, tubafwa eba yaba chimuipai. You know, like people have been burnt, you know.
Yeah.
If you go kuma stage, kuma Shpata compound, which there's even a place they call Shockers. You know why they call it Shockers?
Yeah, you know, Pashokazi.
It's got a history. Probably ocheda bakabola la pa yanga bagwikatoleba. Kukubusha pa yape.
Oh yeah.
You see that? But in such an instance, typically as Zambians, I mean, have you ever been part of a mob? Not that the person got killed, but have you ever experienced that or been around that?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. What are people's sentiments with that typically?
You know, like the other people who are so like because everyone has been like
yes.
You whatever feel like but then women all the time. It's like once they see you do it too much. It's like no, that's too like can check policeman papa point japo because mwalamu so naina vile nomba nganaina waftara, then he's not making it any easier for him. Yeah,
but typically what people's reaction typically is what with the thief when the thief is being beaten. Minus that one woman who will come.
No.
You know,
yeah, that's what
they'll say.
Everyone
like
experiences this thing, so they're thinking they may know they're winning.
You know, you hear certain sentiments. Yeah, you know. So you have to make sure you know, because I'm maningi like. So that's a sentiment people generally.
A thief gets the worst.
Yes, so that's what has surprised me because typically the way Zambians we react to such kinds of situations where somebody has been caught who was allegedly maybe was trying to commit some crime and what's this. There's usually no sympathy for the criminal.
Yeah.
But in this case, I'm wondering where people have gathered the sympathy from. So, like, is it because it's a high-profile case or what? Or have we changed as people? You know, because ain't no sympathy for some of the people we seen get caught. Like, no one cries for the ordinary people. Like, who, you know, there's probably cases out there still of people who just got killed.
You know why it's like that, bro? Sorry, like, let me just stress this one because I might forget. I really think that, you know, guys, whatever happened to that man, most of these people have done that before somewhere. So maybe because and then that's like people that live in that house, right?
Yes.
Hey, when we get same feel like when you like definitely he'll be in your presence, but that's normal for him not to run. Normal for him. I don't know what was behind Nomba Fidia after tying him or doing whatever that was. But then I think every other household would do that. Maybe other people would involve other people. Oh, he's any. But other people say, no, maybe that's a farm, right? You're going to call the next neighbors. How? You've got him put up in the face, but I interrogate the person like, what's this about? So I'm just only thinking on that perspective now, thinking that, oh no, maybe it was not, this is not intentional that the person had to die. But they were maybe emotional at that moment that they were hitting that person, not realizing that anything can happen, like, things happen. And then that happened.
My idea is, so the first thing is them filming the guy. Because that's an evidence.
Yes.
How do you do that? Okay, let's imagine if they didn't film that. Maybe they would have gotten away with that. Because no one would have had the evidence. So this goes back again, the issue of filming ourselves. You're beating someone, you film yourself, you're doing ABCD, you film yourself. You are creating an evidence for yourself. An evidence that the state and whatever it is, they will use against you. Like it's you in the video. Are you going to deny that? That has worked against them.
I see what you mean. And like I kind of feel the same way about that as well. Because, you know, this whole filming yourself, like you're saying, it's a problem. Like people have this knack to film everything. maybe like as you said, like so it wasn't intention, but you see that's how these things work sometimes. You know, you end up hammering somebody and then afomund. But these are the consequences that come about from these situations. But like we need to stop this whole habit of recording everything. You know, there are certain things you can record. You know, but Fimbi, we need to be a bit more sensitive and selective. Yeah. But fairly validated, and you know that's the situation now. That's tricky for them because now that's evidence that can be used in the court of law. And I think to a certain extent that's what incensed a lot of people because they saw some visuals to it. You know, it's different to like hearsay, word of mouth and text. But when you see some visual, it just heightens the whole experience
That's like
and
crazy,
makes you think, no, man. And you know, because the videos there, you can hear her voice.
And the guy was just looking so hopelessly, man. Like, but despite him, maybe we don't know because we don't know what maybe he's a thief or something like that. But he looked very hopeless. Then they're filming you at that time.
Yeah, but
then it goes viral.
But most thieves look like that when they get decked.
So now the point is that like more like you've seen. So that guy like what he went to do there is now been overshadowed.
Yes, that's been overshadowed.
So I'm extension.
So that's I think this is where now those things like the investigation needs to take precedence. But you know, when I look at the Zambian people also, like we also need to stop being hypocritical. We need to look at ourselves and be honest with ourselves. Like we shouldn't just show outrage at one incident. Because these are things that happen in our community. Quite common. Quite
you've seen
often.
People beat someone.
Yes, you've seen people. You've been part of a mob, beat up somebody, and you know you be there like you know. We've seen these things. So let's not be selective because maybe it's a certain individual or persona that's involved. Let's not be selective because of that. If it's a crime, yes, let's look at it for a crime. If she was involved or whoever was involved, they get caught and what's this? Let's look at it for what it is. What happened here? Okay, let's establish the facts. You know, let's not just show or be outraged at high-profile cases because there are ordinary Zambians who go through these things.
Of course.
You know how many people have been killed in the name of mob justice and what's this? Like, there's really no sympathy.
A lot.
You know? So I think that's something I would kind of, you know, to look at in that sense. Those are my thoughts on this whole issue. Like the outrage is what has surprised the reason for the outrage is what has surprised me. But I'm not saying what was done was correct. The law should take its due process. And you know, hopefully the guy can get justice. But like you said, it's important also we establish like what actually went down, what led to that. Is there any truth to the allegations that you know, he was out there to assault her and pour acid on her? I think that's important as well. But it's an interesting case, you know. But it's there are certain things that happen like every now and then that when you look at it, it lets you know where we are at as a people, how we think as a people. But typically, I think we're not so reflective as people, as Zambians. Issues will come and go, and we'll never just discuss them. If Zapi tasoche, next time to confirm but to sit down and digest what has happened and then relate it nefo twikala, we usually don't do it. So I thought it was important that we discuss this. Because mob justice in Zambia, I think a lot of people are ignorant as to what you can do. Maybe you've got beef with somebody. Just some regular beef, maybe over some chick even, or maybe just some money.
You go as a group.
Like, who's the other chick? Is it, there's the other social media personality. Is it Mrs. Kennedy?
Okay.
I think she went and assaulted, like, allegedly. She went and assaulted her husband's side chick.
Oh, yeah.
With her friends or?
I think she went with a group of friends. All this is alleged. I don't know. I'm not sure about this whole stuff, but I remember a story like that. So she
Yeah, I
went
think I
with a
came
group of
across
friends to
that,
go and assault this alleged side chick. And
Mm.
I think they beat her up, and then they took her and like drove her to somewhere else, and I think they beat her up more. Number, my abduction, you know, and those things, you know.
Yeah.
So I think people get ignorant. They're ignorant about these things, and then they do these things and end up in these situations also. You know, so that's that with the Zed Farmer. And here's another interesting question, though. So with this whole situation, people are upset that Alifwa, right? Supposing he didn't die, would people care that he was assaulted or beaten?
No.
You see what I'm saying? Huh?
Yeah.
Because assaulting somebody, yes, in Kabola nuances, but if he didn't attack you physically or pose a threat like that, then there's no real need for assault. Let's say much more katafe maybe you know, that's equally wrong.
Yeah.
You can restrain somebody, but not to kumu. So yeah, it's a thought I had in my head. Like if he didn't die, they just beat him up. And you know, how would the reaction be in that case?
The reaction would be, we want to know why that guy was assaulted. Of course, the fact that they were filming, people would be expecting to know, like, what did the guy do?
Yes.
Of course, he would have been in the police custody and doing some investigation. So people would have been waiting.
And do you also believe in this? The celebrity, I don't know, she's part of a celebrity group, right?
Yes.
She's a celebrity. As also, yeah. Do you also believe that there are celebrities who've got like, quite often like backlash when it has something to do with them?
Yes.
They've got a large number of people, even though like, quite about some celebrities abantu batemwa na bala bantu okutatiwa sta commenti na bala okutata but definitely favor they've just trashed them, but then they're just in the public eye, they're being talked about. But I think for her, that lady, she's more of, it's mixed feelings. I don't shaba konga mozana na knefo bastashan, but it's mixed feelings with her. Sometimes if it's about her, it's about love, of course. And then I don't know how she's managed to do this thing that she goes on with the different five, number 6.
Yeah.
So that just tells me that so she wants to like a comment because definitely it's that group that hates her on that particular, because now they'll comment now that that bad thing has happened to that person. So it's going to be more of that comment towards that person. But anyway, the police will take its course. They'll see what they'll do.
No, true. I think it's like that. People pick and choose. They have who they like and who they don't like. So if you're in that category of who they don't like, there's going to be a certain reaction.
There's going to be
things. I think a lot of people kind of, because of the whole marriage thing, they kind of fell out of. She kind of fell out of favor with a lot of people.
If you can imagine, like I bumped into a video on social media thing. Certain lawyer who is a member of Law Association of Zambia, saying they're willing to do a pro bono thing as long as they see justice for that guy.
And this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, okay, so now because it's this case, it's pro bono. What about the other guys who got murdered, like, unjustly? It's not like those guys don't receive.
But you know what we are missing here, guys? This only goes to one thing. There's nowhere where this is going. So this thing about Ishu Kosa, it's about that lady and her family being linked to the government.
Yes.
That's the only thing.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about but that's the only reason. And then people are saying that, no, if it's really justice, we want to see that. I don't know. They're close to is it the president? I don't know. They've just seen a picture, so then people just comment.
Yeah.
You know, and then people just assume that this person is close, or I don't know. Maybe the people have got facts that they're close to the president. So then that's what now is causing that thing number. This now become political. And that other lady now, she's also just filmed, like the lady from the UK. Like she's taking it like it's a personal thing.
She's
now.
On fire.
Like whatever comes like opposing you guys, I'll document it.
Something.
anything that's just opposing the should document that to the
Yes.
fullest ability.
Yes.
So that's what she's doing.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing now that's happening in Zambia is that the environment is just so politically charged.
Yeah.
So a lot of issues are being viewed through a political lens, and I think a lot of issues are being propelled by politics.
Yeah.
So with this case, and that is my opinion, I'm not saying that's what the situation is, but I think there's some politics at play, just as you said.
Yeah.
So that's why there's this whole big scuffle, and that's why I said I'm surprised that Zambians are reacting like this when typically the way we react to mob justice things and thieves being assaulted or murdered is they deserve that. Yeah. But that's
The other reason why I think most of the time people get away with the mob justice thing, you find it's in the ghetto. You catch a thief, right? You beat this. Like at the moment, some people will say the moment is but are they? You don't know that person. You don't know that person. You don't know that person. That's the reason why sometimes they get
away with those
that.
things. Yeah.
Otherwise, if it was just a small number, the way it is, they'll catch you. They'll find you.
But I think typically, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But I do think there are also certain situations where, like, you might know somebody who did that. You're like, okay, ojam guys, but you just keep quiet and life will move on. You know.
The other thing is that the police, due to the fact that then it's in the shanties, in the ghetto, there were a lot. Sometimes sometimes how to do the proper investigation. Yes. That's the reason why. But otherwise, if they did a proper investigation where they get you, I would be like, we knew. It's this one.
I knew, yeah.
Yeah.
These are the people that initiated. If you can imagine, I think somewhere back, Chipata compound, the ground, this guy, I don't know, it's sad. You get killed over stealing importo, no money. They ban you for that.
You see that?
That just shows that to young guys, he was hungry.
Yeah.
Yes. You get banned
And
for
if
insala.
so question for kuiba nombo wadi.
Yes.
So
they
we
catch
are-
you. Boom. This dude is back we cut. Boom, boom, boom. They start beating that guy. Boom, 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 boom. Because where we used to live in the ground, there's a distance. Kushipata ground huku. Bagwira muntu bashoka. So the funny thing is that if you're a group of people that is beating someone, amongst the group, someone will think letan tire, someone will think matches, someone will think bring paraffin or diesel or petrol. You won't even see who will bring the tire. See the next thing you find someone's been banned.
Hold on, webo snitch.
Yes.
Where I'm that no kwali ba kafuswe ba nani ba and so forth. Number one zero pari. How many people are you going to mention?
Yeah.
Because like pass go ichi. Yeah, an accomplice. Yeah, helping out in whatever is happening there.
True.
So I just think, and I came across something online. There's this Nigerian. He talked about it. Like, so our fellow Nigerian brother is locked. You should go check it out. It's on that page. Lillian Dini. Yes. So it's on that page. So this guy. So because I told you, she's like amplifying, whatever is opposing with this government. And so she went on and. So Fiasha was just saying, you see what this thing is, these guys are also saying, like they need justice now. So that guy was saying, basically, he was saying, our brother is not gonna, but then the wife was also fuming, is not gonna, why? So the guy was Zambian, and then he do this it's not fair, you know, that kind of thing.
It's not fair. Yeah.
So like, you know, now if kana konse kudia, and then he had to talk about it. Yeah, you know.
Now that's just my politics.
Yeah. So it's just entered. You know.
That's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's that. I think we can move on to the next
The
topic.
best you
Yeah.
can
Let's
do
get-
is avoid mob justice. Whenever there's a
Yeah.
just watch from a
Avoid.
distance and move.
Yeah.
Yeah, because mobs have a different
Yeah.
psychology. Like, people think the worst
Even when
things
you have
in
the
mobs.
experience of like thugs get into your house, of course that's what like triggers a lot of these guys. You know, and I'm better boy.
Yeah.
Before you eat the tea.
Or even just one prepping, there are 3 or 5
Yes.
people who've had a bad day that
Yes.
day. You think the Barak
You
Shamu.
saw the frustrations on you.
They have had a bad day.
Like,
They down.
You won't even know who come with a block and hit you. with that.
Bro, you know. I'm
Okay,
looking.
so-
Mlekeni umbia kumana chinani kani like
Yeah.
guys bari kwa tamba kanga like
Adi Karipa.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's that whole situation there. Let's move on to a topic. So, yeah, this is it's a hot topic of controversy. Your boy, Yo Maps,
superstar
back in the news again.
Oh, gee.
He did it again.
again and again.
So, Yo Maps was recently, he's been the topic of conversation for some statements he ushered. I think he was on a podcast in Malawi.
Is that the podcast?
I-
I don't
I-
know
I'm
if
not
it's a
sure- I'm
podcast
not sure
or
if
it's a
it's,
TV show.
I'm not sure if it was in Malawi, but
It's in Malawi, yeah.
it's in Malawi.
Yeah, that was that lady that was interviewing her.
Yeah.
She's not
Okay, he
Zambian.
was somewhere on a podcast or a TV show,
That should be Malawi.
and he was talking about Boomplay.
Because of late he's been back in Malawi. Like
That's his second home, huh?
Anyway, we don't know.
It's become. No, we can just speculate. Obviously, man. That's
Because
his
I
second
think in
home,
the
man.
past 2 weeks, I think he's had maybe
Yeah.
2-3 shows in Malawi.
Anyway, until we can verify that. But he was on a show or a podcast where he was being interviewed, and he made some statements about the whole Boomplay situation in Zambia. And he talked about how he had access to other artists' accounts because they were on his portal or something like that.
75.
75
He
artists.
He
yeah?
said
He
75.
said 75 artists.
Yeah, 75 artists were on his portal. So I'm not sure how that works, but he made some statements like that. But what rubbed off people the wrong way was him kind of going off and saying, most of these guys don't know that I control their accounts, and they'll come and be disrespectful to me. So what do you think I'm going to do to you?
Remove you.
If
you're throwing a
remove
jab.
you. If you're being disrespectful, I'll remove you. So people were upset at that because there's been this whole issue with artists not getting their payments from Boomplay. So it's been going on for a while, and artists have been wondering, what's happening? Why are we not getting our money? So some people are now connecting Yo Maps' statements to the whole situation of artists not getting paid. And
that's
assuming that, this guy is the reason why these guys are not getting paid. Nike Japan Pia Sharp.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the issue with Mr. Map. So he's been in a bit of some trouble.
Oh, yeah.
With that. So what do you think about that whole statement he made?
Yeah, which one exactly?
The same.
About him being in control of artists.
Yeah. But I
Boomplay.
just think, guys, this, they normally, he had the most numbers, right? So
Yes.
Boomplay, isn't it him that they approached? Do you think it's him that approached them to do that?
I'm not sure.
So he said,
In the true sense.
he said, Boomplay. At that time, I remember that was 2021.
He bought his album for $40,000.
Yeah,
Commando.
Boomplay approached him because he had more numbers. He would hit millions on YouTube. He would hit he had numbers.
Yeah.
Then Boomplay approached the guy okay. So I think they had a deal. Sell us your album, and of course this streaming platform they want numbers. Thought here in Zambia maybe this guy would be the right guy right now because he's trending, he's hot. That's what he was saying. So him is saying he brought Boomplay in Zambia.
Okay.
Of course, which is not the case.
Mm-hmm.
Because these Itel, Infinix, and Technophones, they come with an app like Boomplay on it. Because the guys that make the manufacturers, I think, of Infinix and Techno, they're the owners of Boomplay.
So with him, what he just is, I think it's just a projection of Amawait's feminine. What you're supposed to say is that probably they approached him to represent artists. Why is that? Since they now want to venture into that thing of now being monetized.
Yeah.
So maybe on the monetization part, or where artists have to earn, maybe that's when he came into the picture. Like, since you're doing these numbers, we can use you to start. So maybe you have people under your umbrella, which is a start. And definitely, as time goes,
now, what I don't get and what I don't understand is like, how can you be, even on Spotify, there's no such a thing like I'm on someone's portal and someone can see what I'm generating. Is that a case?
Okay, I also don't understand
That's
how
why
that is working.
That's why Boomplay, but and that guys focus on the Spotify numbers, on the scene where numbers matter. It's Spotify.
Here's the thing.
But Boomplay was helping us.
I also have an account with Boomplay. Does it mean I'm on his portal or what?
No.
How did you get your account?
All right. So with the way I got my account is that when I gave my song to the distributors, of course, when they distribute, of course, Boomplay is among the list of streaming platforms where the distributors take the song to. So after some time, you can actually claim your account, your Boomplay account. That's what we did. We claimed our account. So I don't know if there's someone who is seeing what.
So you were using a distributor.
Yes.
Then you claimed your account, meaning the distributor has nothing to do with it anymore.
Yes.
So when it comes to uploading songs, you have to do them personally.
So the way it is with Boomplay, you can actually upload direct on Boomplay if you have an account.
Yeah.
Or you use a distributor. Yes. So when you upload on Boomplay direct, you'll be seeing everything that will be happening, even the way
the money is coming in, the streams.
Yes.
Yeah, you actually see that.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
So I don't understand when he said like he had 75 artists on his portal. Like,
and then you know what else we should say now after this?
Is it that those guys were given maps, the songs to upload? Oh, I don't get it even.
You know what else we should say about this? Okay, listen. Now, since that happened, do these artists know that that's what was happening? That's the first thing.
From their reaction, it looks like
it's not, right? But then Maps also, he had the responsibility of, I don't know, you should that's money, man. What guys?
Bro.
So like, these are things that need clarity. You go to Zamkud or you involve B-Flow. Sir, it is kind of so now start so but guy so it will begin in that kind of statement online so maybe that's how you communicate with people like that, because those are artists kind of, if they're under your nan kind of, did they personally know one by one?
Yeah.
You nani did they know? And then if it's not, then how foot again? And then even them, what's their connection? So if he was the middle guy to the other artist, how come that other guy doesn't know that?
Yes.
Yeah. So there needs to be clarity here.
I think so. Like, I'm also like, there are a couple of questions. Like, I have like, yes, he was the biggest artist at that time, so I can understand them approaching him like that. Still is.
Yeah.
I understand them approaching him for some business, like on that end. But what I don't get is where they entrusted him with accounts for other artists.
Like how?
Because somebody who's managing accounts like on a portal needs to be somebody dedicated to that and has that administrative skill to issue all those things.
Like that, huh?
But if you put an artist in charge of that, he's an artist. And, he's going to put his interests first, So I'm not sure why they if they did that, I'm not sure why they did that. They could have simply hired somebody to manage that portal,
You know?
like a Zambian agent.
Yes.
But to make an artist an agent and
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
I would think they would get somebody more professional and rather somebody more skilled for that job of administrating payments and creating accounts and that type of thing. To have an artist do it, I think, is not in. It doesn't work out very well.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's just an artist. His job is to create the music and those type of things. The skill for administration or even the discernment to say, oh, I need to administer this and this, and to detach themselves personally from that situation is not there. Because even in this situation, like, if he was given that role, he was given that role to kind of administer over that. So you're a professional at that point in view. If we don't detach personal issues, because the reality is that artists who are putting their music on the platform, they've put their music on the platform and they've earned their money. So that legally belongs to them. So now you can't bring your personal feelings into that. There are contractual obligations which may, compromise the company.
Of course.
Where you just decide I'm going to sideline with no proper communication or reason as to why you've done it, except you feel that somebody disrespected you.
Yeah.
That's not how you do business. That's very unprofessional.
Yeah.
If everybody behaved like that, nothing would get done. We would have a whole, big mishmash of chaos.
Yes. But
going
do you
on.
see, did you see this, Mr. K? This is when now I would say, I know probably you're going to say like, no, it's probably not even like that. But I think this is how it is. Boomplay, if this thing was happening in Nigeria, don't you think they would have already issued a statement to just clarify whatever is going on? They haven't. They haven't even.
They haven't issued a statement.
No, I haven't
on
seen
that.
anything from them. But maybe you've seen something.
No, I
Maybe
haven't
he's-
seen
I thought I
No, I
saw
haven't seen
something that
anything.
was saying like.
So what
no,
does that make?
they
You
were-
see
they-
how many numbers our biggest artists? They've got good numbers on that platform. So you're telling me you don't see the sense of communicating to this audience now that this was happening, or maybe they think that that's the artist's responsibility. How? No, they would. No, that's putting their name under Mamonaka.
Yeah.
They would have. This is something that you need to clarify. Whether there's a small market somewhere, you need to
That shows that they don't have respect for.
clearly,
The
boss.
market.
Yeah.
Clearly,
For
I don't
Zambian
think they
market,
have
like-
respect for this market
But
here.
you know the other thing is that when I did some research concerning, because there's no way an artist would say certain people were on his portal. There's no way an artist
It's
would have
just-
access
Yeah.
to his fellows.
Artist portal.
There's nothing
It's
like
not
that.
okay. In
It's
short,
not there in. It's
in short, it just doesn't sound professional.
what I think is that
Does that sound professional?
maybe they were trying
Account
to.
yobe ya muri
No. Takwa.
Eh.
Facebook account.
Eh,
ndia ba-
muri yo forera muri then nakupira.
Unless if they're saying like they made your month to be the office of Boomplay here in Zambia, like
I
gave
know
you
the
access
official
like
agent.
that.
All those
Yes.
things would have been communicated.
Not as an artist, like
Not to say you feel paparuma.
nah, well,
I don't feel chitika body pero and then them that just quiet, busy advertising other things.
bro. If you can imagine,
What does that show us?
if you can
Okay,
imagine,
so here I'm looking at something that says that Boomplay. Okay, so this is on Zed Diary. On Facebook, it says Boomplay denies Yomap's assertions that he has control over payments and other musicians using the platform.
That's
So
on
they
which
denied
what?
that. So this is on a page called Zed Diary.
Number papa Boomplay like where is the article which directly comes from them?
That's the thing. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this just says Yomap's is thingy.
Because the way I know maps would have come again and said, no, since Fide for after Balanda Fidia, listen.
no, Kyle, you know, papa ne.
No, I can't see any
I think in pa weekend apart kuna nikani
Yeah.
ku Brantel Malawi. It's like, no, you guys, you didn't get me. It's like I was a bridge. bro.
So you're clarifying that?
Yes.
No.
He
Okay, I
of
heard
course,
that.
he's guilty of what he said because
Yes. I know in the guys, but they quite anyway, like what is the to run the first pamuno. But I just feel like, maybe the guy they what know. I just feel like there's certain things fear when what the first and can why we arrive? Because you might mess up the bag, man.
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying. That's an evidence, bro. There's no way you are going to deny because you are there live. There are people that the moment you go live, they'll record the screen. Bah.
Yeah.
Because it's so your
They just
word.
want you to say something that is it's an evidence. Like there's no way you're going to deny because it's there. It's out there.
And especially when you're on top.
Yes.
That guy is on top. Everything that he says, what people sometimes in people like a video, they all want to tell
Yes.
video. It's real like that. Guys are superstars.
Yes.
Like that. You know what I mean?
And you,
Yeah,
you
people
know, like,
follow. People are influential now on another level. So
you know what I think?
yeah,
I think with this Boomplay just didn't do their work right
they didn't.
in this part of the continent. I think just the way they set everything up didn't didn't sit well. But the artists also who are complaining about not getting their money, I get it. But there's a few individuals who talked about this. There's one guy in particular I remember. He's called Abel Black. Abel Black talks a lot about music business. Well, he used to. I'm not sure if he still makes that content. If you go on Facebook and you type in Abel Black, he used to give a lot of music business like information and advice. And he had talked about the problem with he mentioned Boomplay and AudioMac. He talked about how those business models work, and he said, if you're a Zambian artist, you do yourself a favor to put your songs on Spotify and these other streaming platforms. These whole Boomplay and AudioMac streaming sites you're putting your music on, you're not going to get much return from it.
Yeah.
He mentioned he backed up his facts and all of that. But what I've noticed again is people don't listen. They don't listen and they don't do research. And that's somebody like, when you listen to him speak and you see some of the things he speaks about, you can tell that this is somebody who does his research and he reads a lot about this. Because you can go and fact check the stuff he talks about.
Oh, of course.
But nobody listened to him. So fast forward a few years down the line, he's been vindicated now that people are having all these payment issues and whatnot. But he explained it well in an article to say why it's better for you to put your music on Spotify and these others compared to Boomplay and AudioMac. But artists, that kind of fell on deaf ears. And I think it goes back to the same thing we're talking about. Like, people pick and choose who they want to listen to.
Yeah.
They don't listen to the facts of an issue. They will see who is saying something.
Yeah. It's about who is saying things.
Yes.
Yeah, and the fact that Boomplay approached Maps, they're willing to give him some money because it's them that went to, because they saw that this dude had what? Numbers. Right? So who else who came like before Maps was like, okay, since I've seen, because that's the reason why when we heard, I was like, bro, because I remember I went for that album launch Commando. So when I heard that, I was like, bro, Maps sold this album for $40,000. That means there must be money.
Did some quick math. I was like, hey.
Did some like, yo, there's some money. I was like, I'll tell you, I might have a Boomplay account also. I think that's what made a lot of artists even was like, okay, if they can pay your Maps, or if they paid your Maps $40,000, that means even us, you go in the studio, you work tirelessly, you pay the producer, and I was like, let me give Boomplay, so that I might also have what? Something at the end of the day.
But that's the problem again. You see, typically, and I've always kind of said this about the Zambian music industry, that people don't educate themselves about what they're trying to do. They just go into this with a hope and a dream, and they think it will all work out. Everything is just fluked all the way to the top. It's just like, you find somebody, Kula pushing afi. There's no strategy. There's no information. There's no research done on what you're trying to achieve or anything. So when these things come along, ule mwana umnove adedida. Tawish even if you haven't done any research, you have sentare pangika. But tawish even
like you know,
to take the time to sit down and understand. Okay, finish first. What is this thing we're trying to do so that we can, properly exploit it?
Of course.
But a lot of people don't do that, and this is what happens. It's a capitalist world. People will capitalize on your ignorance.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
A lot of people have lost out to that. On the other end, on Yo Maps' part, though, I think, he's been on one because before that clip, I saw another clip where it's him and his wife, and he's talking about somebody who was talking some trash about him or something.
No, of course, it's the UK lady.
Okay. I don't know that. So I'm assuming. Allegedly. So he's talking about the particular individual.
The whole thing came about when the UK lady said, "Hey, because allegedly it's like they're saying Yo Mobs has another child, a male child, with a lady who's in, I don't know if it's Australia or something like that.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
No, so is that a business?
Yes. So after that, Umiona triggered to respond to that.
Yeah. So now that's what I'm saying. He's been a bit on one. I get it. Like there was an attack and what's this, but I think at this point now, Yo Maps must understand. With certain positions, there comes a lot of criticism and responsibility.
Can't talk about everything.
Kuma first could have said, okay, he's adjusting. But by now, and there are just certain people, when they open their mouths, they are going to talk shit.
Yeah.
There's nothing that is going to come out of it. So I'll give you an example. Come on, like an example of somebody who knows how to manage their brand. Come on, at Kahun Kao, Chef 187. Chef Tibampontera bala dembefu balefu tawa komfwepo aya pala ivachitana nkane
No.
All he'll simply do is, cool, man. He might go throw a bar here and there in a song, and he'll capitalize off of it. But beyond that, you never hear him say
that's
anything.
the normal artist way.
That is what you should. That is how you handle a brand professionally.
Yeah.
Not fear.
Yeah.
Sorry, like.
Hey.
What's that saying?
No, it's correct. You can.
Is it a Bemba saying or it's an English saying? Look, if you're trying to go somewhere and this dog's barking at you along,
Bro,
if you keep trying to stone,
but we want to hear that thing.
that's what I'm saying. I can't remember if it's an English or it's
Like
a Bemba.
yeah. But I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
and I know it.
kwabo sembo wayambo kufaya mabukula say wafika padi ilikuni mayabosa wabwele
Ugabosa yang, ukarasa
how
yang.
many so you need to understand your position.
Do you also understand that there are some brands that feed off that energy?
Yes.
They are there,
Yes,
but
yes,
I
yes.
think there's limits within which you can do that.
Yeah, but I'm not saying this guy's brand feeds off that energy. I'm saying there's some extra. Him is just that brand, but I'm
Yes.
saying there's the extra forces. The other brands that, because like I said, there's a big star, right? Like one of the biggest celebrities in the country. So like every other person, or even just any other information, it's important for other people. And it's important for them to document that they talked about that. I don't know, it might be negative or positive.
Yeah.
But
so okay, in relation to that, like those are those other people. But I'm talking about someone in Yo Maps' position.
Yeah.
He's a top brand, one of the biggest brands in the country. Okay. So you have to handle that with a certain delicacy.
True.
In as much as there are other brands, there are definitely other brands, all these blogs and all this, some influencers here and there. Some have built their following or their careers based off of trash talking and talking nonsense. You get it? That's that brand. They've decided that's what they're going to do. and they figured out how they're going to make money from that.
Yeah.
Now, when you are a different kind of brand and you make your money predominantly, let's say from music or other things, other than just silly controversies and whatnot, you do well to understand your brand and protect it.
Oh, yeah.
So that even when a brand that comes that doesn't align with your brand values, you don't do that. I'll give you an example of there are certain artists, right, who have been involved in certain issues. Like I think it's Bobby East. Bobby East, because of that sex tape that leaked, that has closed certain doors for him with certain corporate brands. Because corporates, they understand that game. Then they know, like, we cannot associate no muntu wakwata record. Yes, you get it.
So you close those doors.
Yes. So those doors get closed. So you have to be very careful how you are treating your brand. If you interact or just present yourself in any way that is contrary to how or beneficial to how you are connecting with other brands and getting your money, you can shut a lot of doors. So Langunyayama statements where like you are on social media, you're talking very vulgar, you know, in as much as someone attacked you, you're a big brand, dog. That's what happens to big brands. Do you see, like, look at the US. Look at how people take shots at Jay-Z, one of the biggest artists out there, you know, doing their thing. Every day, those people are in the news. Just shots at him. You know, Kanye West, Alanda Kwefi, what's this? But for you to hear Jay-Z say a word and respond,
wow.
Because it's not that he doesn't want to respond. He could respond if he wanted. But he understands that he has something bigger to protect. So he doesn't just respond to anything he say. You know.
And for him, I think one thing your maps should understand that for him to be like he's the most right now, he's the most happening. There are a lot of people that want him down.
Yes.
And the other thing he should know is that he should understand the law of gravity. The way you go.
I'm not saying that he will come down, but you know, just take a chill pill, bro. Understand your position. Understand that people will take shots at you. And know how to react to that. It's not fiancé from freedom watch. It's different if somebody comes at you with a legal situation and puts some lies on your name. And even then, you don't have to go out and start uttering those public statements. Wake. There's a reason why you have lawyers.
Yes.
You know, before you don't be reactive, in other words. And, you know, just to bring it home, this whole thing, it's like, what he's displaying now is unprofessional.
True.
And unprofessionalism can cost you a lot. Right now, things might look okay, and you might feel like, because you are in that position, you feel like you could say what you want. But, bruh, the fireworks can stop just like that. Money is just money. It comes and it can go. So you must learn to protect your interests and be more careful with what you're doing. Be professional to learn. Don't go on certain platforms. Mwaende mwablessed. Mwapangako kanga ni 100 pin or 1 million hiyo. Mambo kamba. In fact, uriya chaba so.
Akamwenako.
You know, uttering false statements, mwamba no kula to govern to pama face.
Because like the way he came out, was like, no, I'm mature. At some point, I'm not mature. Like, you are a brand, bro. People look up to you. You have certain, like, their kids that look up to you.
Shut up, middle of your own
bro. There's a videos, like, he was live with the madam. Pasai up. I thought the madam was being an advisor, but
unfortunately as well,
she was saying, like, I don't know if I can say
I saw the one like with the madam. So number, you know what that say?
The other thing said, me, bro, I'm not Jesus. Not from the Bible. If you insult me, I'll insult you back. Like certain people, like, you're now mocking God, bro.
Okay.
But you know, like what this now brings to now, it brings to one thing, guys. Like guys, when you reach a certain level, like you said, like, so what this just says is that he pays too much attention to
Yes.
So their energy is on so much like no, I don't think so.
Bro, you like,
That's another level of thinking about something else now. Like, which bug are you going to chase, which is bigger than the previous one?
yeah.
No, but like, no, quite feel out that. So you not under, you not the more for his own. No, TNV online. I think.
No.
Our
I
brother,
don't think so. I don't think it's on that level.
And you know, this whole thing, this whole
Addressing
culture,
the
I
nation.
think this whole culture of social media has also messed up things. Because you have this whole thing where everyone is just kind of like, not everyone, but most people are like, they think, I don't know if they think it's being tough or they think it's being badass. Like, why up a camera will let you react? Like, bro, that's social media. You're just talking quaff. Man. Like,
Me,
you're just being reactionary. You know, you're just reacting. And it's a very immature way of doing things. Like, you're not scaring anyone by doing that. If anything, you are feeding into the flames that these guys are fanning for you. And you give them more energy again. You check. It's like, nice. Walanda pona futi. Lassen enough.
Coming with you.
And people talk nonsense online, bro. You know?
our brother doesn't know how to filter his mouth.
He's a bit emotional and immature.
Yeah, cause
I think he focuses so much like on the comment, like the stuff that's been said online, and that's one thing that I found out. Like focusing so much on that kind of non-connect could also affect the brand also.
Yes.
Because now, then most of the times now you be heated up. Even the fun, you go out of the house, you just you think that
I mean, look at, I think what a lot of artists need to take a page from is politicians. Politicians are the master of this game with relating with the public.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know how often politicians get insulted? But you never hear them go online or start. No.
But like that's our politicians that are just
They might do that because like once off.
Yeah.
But when they get in power now, or even just for president, there are people who say a lot of things like unsanitary things about the president.
Yeah.
But you won't hear the president get up and like address like just go for the Quran. No, so in I mean, I'll give you an example.
And by the way, sorry, just to cut you off short. I was seeing a clip this morning. You talked about the president. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I was seeing a clip where he addressed certain issues that that are said online or issues that I heard. So he said that. What is it? He said something saying, why would you concentrate, Papa? No, the president, this suit, that shoe, you know. At a certain level, the shoe is not important.
I know.
You understand?
I disagree with that.
He said something like that. So he was addressing issues that you've heard people say,
okay, look, he might have addressed
light
that.
moment, right?
He might
I don't know. Is
addressed
that a light
yeah,
moment?
it's a light moment,
Yeah.
but I don't think he spends his time reading comments.
But
He's running the country, bro.
Yeah, he addressed
What
that
time
issue
is he
like
going to be on Facebook? Like,
No.
you know that type
No,
of thing, or
no.
he doesn't.
But he's
have
heard that
time.
for him to talk about it.
Maybe in glancing and passing, but it's not something that he would typically sit down and just. He, of course, he has to know what is being said on social media because it's a reflection of what's going on in people's conversations
Of
and
course.
where people are at. It's kind of a gauge of some sort. So you can't completely avoid it.
Yeah.
Because it will give you that information, but you can't sit there and just be focusing on weeding out these two negative thingies and whatnot. If you feel that,
That's great.
so I think he needs to not just your maps, in fact, just generally a lot of our artists and celebrities, they need some media training.
No, with that.
Yeah, they need some etiquette training of, how do you conduct yourself as a public figure. And I think maybe on that point, that's why I sympathize with a lot of celebrities and artists, because there's no playbook as to how you should behave when you're an artist. And like you mentioned, people can be mean, they'll go on the attack and say things to you. But at the end of the day, you reacting again doesn't justify rather you reacting doesn't make it okay. You know, it doesn't justify anything. You could still lose an endorsement, or if you say something that's really damaging or inaccurate about somebody, could get you into some legal issues.
Yeah.
So a lot of our, public figures, celebrities and whatnot, they need a lot of media training and just some form of etiquette. And how do you handle yourself if you're a brand? You know, if somebody insults you or you're getting people, how should you be handling your social media? You know, should you be looking at those messages personally? You know,
because me, if I manage an artist, or since I'm an artist now, saying this in terms of a manager, but so if I manage an artist, I would. There are certain non-candidates. Definitely, if you we are that non-candidate. I wouldn't be showing him all that all the time. And sometimes when I need to motivate this guy, so that or nakupera your vibe, I know that you're not going to record that day. But that should just give you something saying that ninja pakwebele pakurang shirif. And then there's this thing also in the industry. People wait for something to happen. Or I can record the song with you, but won't release it up. I'm not saying I'm waiting for a moment for something to happen for me to release that song. No, but there'll be a moment when you are trending. It might be bad or good, regardless, my guy.
Yeah.
But from 3 months ago,
tap into that energy.
Friday bakamba irefu era chinipa Thursday apo nipa Wednesday era chona now kafia pa media nomba we mwamona ka what do you have to do? You have to start nankane number vibe nankane at some point even share that nankane people are still waiting for you to have a release nankane. What are you saying about Fiashtika Kudia? You're in a song like that.
Yeah.
But people use moments, so that's what I mean.
With me, I think my comment would be, the moment you become a public figure or a celebrity, in as much as you're a celebrity, of course you're a human being, you react in a certain, you have feelings, but the moment you become a brand or an influencer, there's a certain way you need to react to certain things.
Yeah. And you
knowing
know,
the fact that reacting in a certain way would, just imagine, bro, from nothing, then now you're making a little something.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, you say little.
Yeah. You're making something.
Dude's made.
Then someone from nowhere comments something off, like, bro, then you decide to react in a certain way, then that reaction makes you lose a certain brand endorsement and endorsement deal, like certain deals. Look at that, bro. That's you losing money off of something that you were not. Yes.
Yeah.
So in as much as we react in a certain way as humans, they say, bro, to avoid the fool is to keep quiet. It's not everything that you can be responding to and reacting to. And I bet there's a wiser way to respond to certain things.
True. I think you've summed it up well. Like, don't be reactionary. And with some of these people who come at you, especially on social media, if you respond, you are feeding the flames.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just leave it. If you know, even in hip hop, like these are strategies that people use. How many people diss Jay-Z on songs that he would just never respond, and that diss won't go anywhere, and eventually that person's career just kind of fizzles out, and no one remembers you.
And look at what is happening right now. Even here, let's not even go very, very far. Why Celeb he's been on Slap D, like, but Slap D is quite like, yo, bro, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that with you.
Yeah.
I've had that with Mark 2 and you're a boy, bro. I'm not doing.
So there are all those you know. So I think that's that in a nutshell. I think we need a lot more professionalism in our industry, and just handle this social media correct. Like, if you're a public figure, you get some,
Jabs here and
some unwanted negative attention here and there, but understand it's part of the, your It's part of the game.
You know, the funny thing is that Kasangabantu that shoot people on social, they're just no bakabwanga.
Yeah, and that
It's just some dude in a one-roomed house on a mattress and he's busy commenting some funny stuff, bro.
I saw like what you're saying. I saw a meme
Ashy
where
feet.
like,
You know.
it's like a meme where like a dude is bashing like a BMW that someone's modified, and then he's there. They show him at me commenting on someone's BMW modification in my house. Then they show the person commenting on that, like, you know, he's just in a dire situation, but he's there talking shit on the net, like, yeah, that's bullshit. Like, you know, you can do better than that, you know. But
he's just a nobody, bro.
That's the issue. But that's that with the man. So, yeah, let's move to the next.
He needs to learn how to filter his mouth.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're happy for him. Like, he's actually very good artist.
He's
a good artist. He's
contributed a lot to the industry.
Maps is really good. Maps is really good.
Yeah. Okay, so now we move to our next topic. Yeah, so this is the Zambia under-20 women's sex scandal. So let me just read from the post I saw this story on Facebook. So this is on a page called Football DNA. So it reads, Zambian sports journalist Augustine Mukoka alleged that members of Zambia's under-20 women's national team engaged in a same-sex party on the eve of their COSAFA final in Namibia on July 12, 2025. Officials reportedly forced entry into a player's room after several girls went missing from camp, where they discovered the incident. Despite internal agreements over whether the involved players should feature in the final, the team went on to win the trophy. Mukoka warned that such behavior, which he has described as increasingly common in women's football, poses a moral and disciplinary challenge for the Zambian sports. So that's that issue. So the day before the final, the girls went and had a sex party. And they won the cup.
And they normally say you can't go and have sex before the girl.
Yeah.
I guess they went to relieve themselves.
The irony is that they won.
Yeah.
Hey.
They're the defending champions of COSAFA, I think, under 20.
So then that was a boost.
Maybe.
Yeah, the February.
But hey,
But
the main question here is that it poses a moral challenge and a disciplinary challenge. So most of the comments on here, you know, there were when you look through the comments on Facebook, most of them are seeing a lot of people's concerns are I think women's football is increasing the level of lesbian relationships in the sport and our country. So that was a cry to say, oh, yeah, these things are happening and whatnot. But anyway, let me look for some posts so that you get some insight to what some of the people were saying.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting. But yeah. Women's soccer. But they've improved, eh?
Like women's soccer in Zambia, we are on another level. Like we are on another level in Africa. But me in Africa, even when they say we are number 4, I don't believe we are supposed to be number 2, number 1 in Africa.
Aye.
Yeah, yes.
It's
just that we haven't yet won the WAFCON, but we are good.
Yeah, those girls are doing their best. They're fighting their south.
It's different with the gents.
Okay, so here are some of the comments, okay? So this one individual says, so people don't know up to now that women's football is the number 1 promoter of homosexuality. Don't you wonder where the dress codes, haircuts, walking and talking styles come from? Let us just embrace it because it has eaten more than we can imagine.
So embracing the whole
the homosexuality in the women's soccer
thing.
Then where's the other one? Just allow some of these things. We can't control nature and nurture at a certain point. Then the other one, there was another one who said, I think someone told these footballers that it's the only way to prevent pregnancy because there's no way everyone should become a lesbian. I think maybe, like, I don't know, maybe it's just like, I think that the comment about that, I think, has a bit more weight to it. That's what I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're sports people at the end of the day. Pregnancy can damage or ruin their careers.
True.
Because they'll be out for a long time. And, you know, if you're playing for the national team, those are very competitive, like, slots. It's not like they're going to wait for you to come back and that type of thing. There'll be somebody else there ASAP to fill your slot.
Real quick.
So I'm guessing a lot of the girls are not trying to get pregnant on the team.
No, why?
Because it will mess up your prospects.
No.
And looking at how, when you see the success that the other girls have had in soccer, you're looking at Barbara,
Yeah.
Priska Chilufya, they're millionaires in dollars.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these girls have seen what that can do for them. So to be pregnant and be taken away from a situation where you could potentially, like, you know, change the trajectory of your life is something they're not really trying to get into. So I think to a certain extent, it kind of plays into that whole thing. Like, I feel some way, man. I still got to do something.
When we're watching WAFCON,
Yeah.
I think it was a game between South Africa and who? I can't remember the team. Then
South Africa play well, huh?
yeah, they do. One of the girls, she was a woman of the match. I wanted to say man of the match, but the woman of the match.
Yes.
Right. Then
Thank God you didn't.
she was the woman of the match, of course. Then she was like, I'm dedicating this award, like the plaque, like whatever award she was given after the match, to my teammates, mostly to my wife at home. I was like,
Mike.
your wife at home?
Oh, it was a female
Yes,
South African football
yes.
player.
I was
Okay.
Yeah.
Girl, like your wife at home, you're dedicating that award to your wife at home?
You've already told us what this thing is.
Okay.
Or you meant to say husband. Was that a mistake?
No, but this is what you have to understand. Like, you know, I think some years back, there's something I kind of like realized and said, you know, these homosexuality issues, you fight them in this country, but eventually it will be introduced and it will become a norm.
Yeah.
Because like that happened in South Africa and a lot of other places, but also predominantly where like you know, homosexuality is open and being practiced. It's coming from the West. It's openly practiced, it's widely accepted. So there's a big push from the West to make it widely accepted and openly practiced in our countries. And when you look at that whole situation, you can't fight against the West. You don't have the capacity to you know rebel against their agendas or whatever policies they want. They've got the power and know-how of how to get you in those positions. So eventually, whether it's right or wrong, that's another question. I'm not there here to say that, but eventually, this is going to become a norm. You can fight it all you want. You can say Christian nation all you want, but eventually, it's going to become a norm because there's a huge propulsion behind it.
Of course.
Yeah. So when things like this are happening, it's funny. Like I'm always laughing. Like you even up in arms. Like it's already happened, man. It's already gone. You're already too late. You know.
It's already at different heights.
It's too late for that now. So when you get up there, hey, this that, like, bro, just sit down. Like, we don't have the guns for it. Like,
The other thing, I think the other thing is, if you look at these girls that are into soccer, and if you look at their physical body, bro, like, which guy would go for? I don't want to mention names. Which guy would go for?
You see, me, when it comes to my issues, sex. I like to say, guys, sex is an open game. So don't think because something is abnormal for you,
bro,
then for everyone else, it's, bruh. Trust me.
I know. Bro. Which dude?
Ndio ganza
No
so.
way.
Ndio ganza so. Bari koma guys, so I didn't know.
Wait. That dude is-
Vana vachivaretia bola varefura kwale vavagaya
Nishna kwatafia agenda, bro. Not
awo
that.
nokutemwa fe pambi valatema
No,
omutima
bro.
mutemwa physical body tema physical body vagayi valatema omutima
No way.
vambi valatema omutima
No,
but anyway like it's different yeah
That has contributed to them like being attracted to the fellow, like getting
I
into a
don't think
situation.
that's necessarily the case, man. Like,
I don't want to
vagayi
mention
tevalefwaya
names,
sana
but
nani
can I mention maybe
no, don't mention no names. We don't have
a
no
foreign
money.
player who is not Zambian?
Mm.
And like, bro,
Eh.
she's playing. She's more like she's just like
Mm.
bro. You know why that injury?
Bruh, bruh.
Yeah.
Bedroom issues, my friend, are very complex.
kuifwaya bana kuifwaya
Guys, man, they're guys. You never know what guys like, man. It's a crazy world out there.
different
That's
taste
because you.
My guys bad kwatama fantastic as well. It's just like no, bro.
temwera ine yakwatenchafu literally last
Bro.
No, people have got weird things they like. Not weird. Let me not say weird, but people like different things. You know. So when it comes to sex, like, don't try to. What can I say? Keep an open mind. Don't try and impose rules on things and whatnot. Like what you like, but don't think that's what everybody else is doing.
yeah
It's an open game, bro.
yeah
At the end of the day, you're doing that in your privacy. So you might look at it that way, but I guarantee you, there's some dudes out there who are just like, yeah, I like that.
Bro, no.
ana mtamba bola ngaletera
Every day I say bitch, no kurumba sana. Can't get it.
Kansha alikuwa time yako verify for chance.
Bro, it's real.
Okay, bali wako na alikani.
but
You
yeah
know, maybe he's a dude who he likes the physical appearance of a man or somebody with more manly features, but doesn't want to have a physical interaction with a man. So
we are going to end there
that's how that is a possibility. So it's weird. There's all those things. So it might look a bit funny or off, but keep an open mind, man. Do what you like, but don't think everybody likes what you like. Some people do very unconventional things.
Yeah.
And it's only it's the public, man. In the public, we all say things and do things that in privacy we do other things. It's a whole world out there.
Like this, it's not only in Zambia, but especially in Africa, bro. You've seen those girls that play football, bro.
Another thing is
hey.
When a lot of sports women, I think, have a higher level of testosterone.
Yes.
So it affects even their body and their appearance.
but
So you'll find they'll have a smaller bust and a bit more muscular. And
guys have you seen the England team
Yeah.
or is it Chelsea where that girl comes from, like is it James brother the sister
Roland
James
Mhm.
I don't
That's the reason why I'm saying, especially Africa.
Mhm.
Most female players in Africa, hey, icon, bro.
Bro, have you seen how much women's football have you watched? Like, say most though. Okay, so let's say from a team of because a football team is like 11. From the 11, how many of them would you say is it 3/4 of the team that look like that, or maybe 1/4 of the team? What does that mean? We want specific numbers. 3/4, half.
maybe the coach doesn't want to get the flyest ones
They're weak. The problem.
the flyest ones
They can't play.
I don't know I'm not saying
That they're weak.
maybe the coach doesn't want to get
But
the
then
flyest
again,
ones.
you see, she could look like body-wise, she might look muscular, but she's pretty on the face.
Okay. That doesn't.
Guys.
Let's say with me, that doesn't even if you're pretty or whatever, I can't, bro.
Guys,
Just pretty like
No.
you.
the coach
Yeah,
doesn't
you sit
want.
Of
down
course,
with
there are
her.
few girls in the
Sit
team
down
I've
with her,
seen.
and,
Was
and,
like,
and you see, this is the thing, man. You'll be looking at something from far and thinking, what's this? Then now you get an interaction with this person because now it's different. Now you get to know someone on a personal level. Then now it's like, but can't you have a feel, you know?
no.
Yari wafebwena mwadabwati mwakwata ko relative
Nah, bro.
aleti ungalalande.
Me, one thing I've said about me, the moment me and that person we are going to have a girl child, to amona tare monica fe boys straight academy, we need the money.
Hey, elifebwino as long as fena kwata talent yazo.
Yeah.
Ale monica fe ni ghetto, but ale monica fe kwati guy.
Talent.
Straight academy. We'll look for the money.
Ngata the folk there, boy.
Eh? To allow me to advise that Mona.
You mnanka life ya nipatize mwana.
No.
Man, come on. So another one of the comments on this issue is like, somebody says, this should have been hushed to the public and dealt with internally back home. So this news is out there now for the world to see. So other people kind of looking at this and thinking, man, why are you airing our dirty laundry out there like that? You know, these are things you should have talked to the girls like behind the scenes, balancer.
Yes.
What do you think about that? Should they have gone public with it or kept it on the hush and dealt with it in the background?
No, bro. If you therefore was that news was out of this place, it's wherever they were. That
Who were the first people to report that?
So this was reported by
A Zambian-
a Zambian journalist. Okay.
Yeah,
you start reporting bad
Yeah, so
if you feel so.
Zambian sports journalist Augustine Mukoka alleged that members of the Zambia under-20 women's national team engaged in a same-sex party. So he's the one who came and brought this to the public.
Yeah, is a problem. The best thing I think you do in such a case, him. Well, FAS. That's the reason why there's FAS Association of Zambia. You sit down. This is what the girls did when we went this side. Can you please sit them down? You can only do that when maybe it repeats itself again.
Snitch you or something.
Yes.
Yeah, the great side.
I think with this whole issue, another thing, I think for me it's more of a disciplinary thing. Because typically, if you're a sports person, you're not allowed to indulge in sexual activities during tournaments or before an important game. Because I think it drains your energy. So there's a reason why they want you to focus on the game so that you have that energy and focus on the game. But if you indulge in that, it kind of takes away from that. And you do it once, you kind of get comfortable with it, especially if like this whole situation, the way it happened, where they have this whole encounter and then they win the tournament. So now you start thinking, hey man, like I can do this anytime because we're winning. But it's only because you did it once. You don't really know the effects of it over a long time. So there's that disciplinary issue where you all just disappear from camp and what's this. That's how those things start. It might not have been a sexual encounter. It could have been anything else where they were in a place they shouldn't have been at the wrong time.
Yeah.
And it builds off of that. So definitely they need to be disciplined based off of that. But
I don't know. Like, there's a dude I know. He's got a shop. So he was like, bro, I don't know. From the time I stopped having like sex, my business has been dry. But when I used to have it here and there, bro, things used to move. I was like, okay, so
anyway,
what do you plan on doing? I was like, I think I'm just going back to that game. I was like, hey.
Anyway, I think that's just something and I think there's more to it. There are other factors that need to be looked at in that situation. Because for somebody else, it might be the opposite. If when they withdraw from that, they can now keep more of their money and they can focus on that. But that's his personal experience, and I think I would like to know more. There's more questions there, so I can't come to a conclusion and say, oh, having.
So I'm just
this,
liking to.
or to this thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think he's also thinking kind of like in
Like
those
when
terms.
there's a success.
Yeah.
But there are those that say, even when you have let's say you have an interview, you don't have to indulge yourself in sex because it has certain energy.
I think it just takes away from your focus. You know.
If you actually get my
iwe nga walima maero ero bakwe batikala embe exam tuwatontonganya semu
so kulya kulima
nalandira
kulya kulima
mumapinda kairi watanda tifya chitike maya kairi kulima fya chitike maya so nangwirya game nga waya omati wachitafidye ero wayafika kulya amaka yali awarebwa mfya maero eyo warefakira okubomfya lero walachita perform bwino
bati mbukire namaka chira kugala maka.
You know, actually, a player who had that problem was Ronaldinho.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ronaldinho had that problem. Like, whilst he was at Barcelona, like, he would rarely attend, like, AMA training sessions.
Yeah,
he would be out drinking and partying, and then when he comes on the pitch, he would do his magic and what's this. But eventually, he fell off. He couldn't keep up because that lifestyle was not bonding well with the sportsman. Yeah. And it just has all these other effects on your body as well. Yeah. So there's another last comment, which I think is important as well. So this person says, my first question would be, where were the adults charged with the responsibility of supervising these children? When parents allow their children to go out on such outings, they do so with the firm belief that they are entrusting them into the hands of responsible adults. Our fingers must therefore point squarely at the responsible officials for failing to ensure that such things do not happen. It's the same principle that works in our boarding schools. Yeah. So what do you think about that?
True. The people that look after those girls and you go out on turn up. Then my question is, you're in a foreign country.
Yes.
How do you organize this expat?
They're young, man. Like, you know, they're young and they're in a group. So it's two things working. You know how group dynamics are. You get all these funny ideas when you're in a group. Like we were talking about.
What I mean, like thing. You get at a point where you even, because at that point I think they didn't have the money. But where did they get the whole thing, the whole idea of you find a venue, you organize this expert?
No.
Did they do that in the rooms or?
Yes, it was in their room. So they went to one of the girls' rooms. That's where they all were. And that's where this thing was happening. It was in camp. Yes. So that's where all of this was happening.
I thought they went out of
No. They were in camp.
The likes of Clifford Mlenga did.
No.
The 2012.
They were in camp. So I think when whoever is supposed to be looking out for them was checking through the rooms.
Okay.
They found, where are these girls? They're not there. Then I guess they heard a few sounds from a particular room. They went there, they knocked. Everybody went silent. No one was opening the door, and yeah. So that's that. But I think it's important, like what this man said. Like the people in charge of looking after these girls need to do more. Yeah, you have to be a bit more strict with the supervision and make sure that these young girls are not getting in all these unsupervised environments. Because this is one incident where something like this has happened, but there could be other incidents where things might go wrong.
Yeah.
Very terribly. Then now, how do you respond to that? You know, it might not even be a sexual issue. Maybe they just go out drinking or they try some drugs and somebody passes out or they get sick. Then now, how do you respond to that? So I think the team staff who are with the girls need to do a bit more. They need to strengthen up that security.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's it, gents. Yeah. That's a wrap for this week. It's been a good one. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching and keep watching. Please like and subscribe. I am your host, Mr. K, my co-host, Blessed, and Saint J. Peace.